Dane Walling here. We've got a lot of important work that's being done here at City Hall to talk about today. Yesterday, I took time to outline a 5-point balanced budget plan. And now this afternoon, I'll be announcing that we're receiving over $1 million from the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development to work on a city's master plan. All of this is about doing the work that we have to do in order to have a strong foundation for this community and this city to move forward. For too long, we've been wrestling with the same old problems: unemployment, high crime, challenges in our neighborhoods, challenges in our schools, and frankly, there hasn't been the kind of plans in place that we need to address these challenges head on. I've been working for you for more than a year now. We've made all kinds of progress. We've had to reduce our spending here at City Hall by over 15%, but we've still got more that we need to do, and we need to do more with less. I know you're doing it in your house, you're doing it in your place of business, and we need to do it here at City Hall. So let me start with the 5-point balanced budget plan. We've got to have a balanced budget by state law, and this community has gone too long without its finances being in order. We've made a lot of progress over the last year, but we've got more that we need to do. So we're facing more than a $5 million projected deficit across all of our funds. The city has all kinds of different financial funds: our general fund, our police millage, our parks millage. So what you need to know is that we're going to work to balance all of those funds. And it starts with us working together. A lot of the things that I've proposed I can't do by myself. We have to work together. I have to work with City Council. I need concessions from our union leaders and cooperation. Our employees need to do more, and there are things that I'm asking you to do as voters and taxpayers in this community. Here are the 5 parts of our plan. Let me go over these one by one. We need to adjust our services for savings. We need to roll back employee compensation. We need to resize our personnel levels, generate some new revenues, and also work through the fiscal stabilization bonding process to take care of our old debts. In addition to that $5 million deficit we have today, we also have almost $20 million in deficits from previous years. All of that has to be addressed so that we can have a strong foundation and move forward. So adjusting services. We're looking at restructuring our golf courses again. We're looking at the hours that our senior and community centers are open to save some overtime. We're looking at what we can do with the customer service center here at City Hall to reduce that to 4 hours a day, to see how 4 days a week, to see how much we can save if we reduce some overtime by restructuring the way they take your concerns in, process the money, process the bills. So we're looking at all of those things, ways we can adjust services to save some money here and there. We've got to turn over every stone in this process. The next point on rolling back employee compensation. We've seen declining revenues and budgets here at City Hall. Businesses all across this community and state and country have experienced the same thing. We now need our employees to share in the sacrifice. We want to save as many jobs here at City Hall as we can, continue to provide the highest levels of services possible, and that means that our employees are going to have to take less compensation for their work. Other communities have gone through this, and now it's our turn. I'm asking all of our unions, our city workers, our police officers, our firefighters to all agree to a double-digit concession. That can come through health care changes. It can come through different contributions to retirement funds, the way employees are paid for holidays, and the kind of overtime multiplier that they receive now. Anything that can reduce that cost per employee, we want to count towards that double-digit concession. I've been encouraged by the feedback that I've had already from some of our union leaders and some of our employees about what they may be willing to do to help us with this. More than $3 million of that $5 million deficit can be addressed through those employee compensation changes. That's key for us, and I'm going to work hard to reach out to everyone that's needed and to communicate as much as possible about the reality that we're facing. There just isn't any money left here at City Hall. We're not wasting any of the money that comes in, so we've got to have some changes in our costs. There are some positions that won't come back, that we need to resize our personnel levels. We have some contract positions that we can eliminate. We have some temporary employees. We need to keep the core strong, and we're going to have to resize our personnel levels to fit those revenues that we have to work with. If we don't see some significant double-digit concessions, then I'll be forced as a last resort to make some pretty serious layoffs. And those layoffs are going to affect service. There's no way around that now, because there's no more fat to cut down here. At this point, cuts are bone and they're muscle. So that's why I want that compensation to roll back, because we want to keep people working for our community. We also need to generate some new revenues. Long-term property taxes are going to continue to decline, and the kind of public safety service that you want to see, that I want to see in my neighborhood and see all across the city, we're going to have to chip in. So I'm proposing that we look at a public safety millage for police, for fire, for the city jail, and that we also look at raising our income tax. Saginaw's done it, Grand Rapids has done it, Detroit's done it. So we need to provide some services, and we need some revenues to do that. So think about it. What do you think about generating new revenues? I need you to get a hold of me, mayor@cityoflint.com. Call me, 766-7346, or get a hold of your council members. Come out to a city council meeting. These next 30 days, 29 days since I announced this yesterday, are for public input and cooperation. I need to hear from you, and no more important area than in these new revenue ideas about what you'd be willing to support. And then we have to move forward with this fiscal stabilization bond so that we can take those old debts, get them paid for out of our public improvement fund. We did it before with the emergency manager, Ed Kurtz, and we need to do it again so that we can be back on a solid foundation and protect our public safety services that we pay for out of the general fund. So that's the work we're doing on the budget, and I'm also pleased to say that we have these additional $1.5 million that we'll be receiving from the federal government to do master planning. So we're going to get our finances in order, and we're going to continue working together on laying out a master plan for this community as we look into future years, future generations, and how to keep some stability here, how to increase prosperity, new jobs, new development, better schools, stronger neighborhoods. All of that can be done over time if we work together. That master planning process has been long overdue. Our city council, city charter calls for that master plan, and we haven't had one since 1960. I've got that 1960 master plan right here, and I can tell you we're not dealing anymore with the issues of growth and overcrowding. When General Motors was booming here, we need a new plan for this community moving forward, and I'm proud to be able to say that we're going to lead that over the next few years and get that process started over the next couple months with this infusion of federal funds through the Community Challenge Grant Program. So we're working hard for you here at City Hall. I look forward to hearing from you on the budget, on revenue proposals, and also on your ideas for the master plan. We'll be coming out to you and continuing to talk, and I look forward to communicating with you again soon.